Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your set. I'm Hitman Cause. Welcome to your official predictions for Survivor Series War Games. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the humble man, Gary. Welcome to the contracts.
Yo, what's good? My man, Cause Payton.
Ain't shit, man. Ready to get down with this?
Yeah, man, hell yeah, let's do this shit like Brutus, you know it.
Alright. Well, to start things off, let's talk about the newest matches that have been added. First off, we have Braun Breaker defending the IC title against Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus.
Okay.
Now, needless to say, this match is going to be a very, very hard-hitting match.
Right. And we're honestly speaking, it's gonna be.
I expect all three of them to hit hard and hit quick. It's gonna be brutal.
Oh yeah. It is gonna be brutal, honestly speaking. It is. It's not. 9,000% it's gonna be.
Yep. And definitely another thing is that outside the War Games matches, I can definitely see this match being the best of the night outside the War Games matches.
Oh yeah.
No.
I think so too.
Now, I gotta. So with that being said, humble man, who you got in this?
Honestly speaking, as we said, the match is gonna be very good, but I think that Braun Breaker's gonna retain.
Now, here's my stance on this. And for me, this match, will have no loser. The reason why I say that is because I got no problem with anybody in this match. All three, both challengers are deserving of this title shot, and at the same time, Braun has earned his keep as champion. So that's why I say this. Above all else, I want Braun to retain. However, I won't be mad if Ludwig wins because this will give him the validation that he needs from Gunther as far as making his own path. And then on top of that, I definitely wouldn't have a problem with Sheamus winning just because this is literally the only title he has left to win.
Exactly.
Like, they've been constantly mentioning it for the longest. So eventually the time's got to come where they have to put the strap on him, at least in my opinion. And I'd say, here we go.
Right. That's correct.
Moving on, we have LA Knight defending the U.S. title against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
So, LA Knight defending the belt against Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'll tell you what, if there was ever a way you could hype someone up or build somebody up without them having a match, they have done it perfectly with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because if you guys, for those of you who have wondered why Shinsuke's been off TV, is because he was doing shows in Japan for WWE's live tour in Japan. He was pretty much tearing it up there along with AJ Styles.
Yeah, that is correct.
And I like the little paint he has over his eyes, and him constantly having his hair in front of his face. It truly gives him the like. Well, no. Let me rephrase that. It completes the sinister look that he has, the sinister feel that he has as a heel. Because first off, they've already ever since his heel turn initially, I think like some months back or whatever, they have done a wonderful job of making him look like a sinister heel, even though he hasn't been made to look that strong in matches. They've
Exactly.
promo wise, they made him look like a very sinister heel, and I love it.
That's right.
Best, and of course, the best part being is that they have him speak in his native tongue, and for me, that, in my opinion, helps out big time. And it's not because he doesn't have to struggle to speak English. It's because when he speaks his native tongue, he can truly bring out the evil in his voice. Whereas when he speaks in English as a heel, he always he sounds more sarcastic and sounds like a dick. But then again, as a heel, doing both of those things come hand in hand. But still, I'd rather see Shinsuke as an evil heel rather than a dickish heel.
Oh yeah.
And on a side note, I want Shinsuke to win just so we can have the state of Knock America again.
Yeah, right.
But I won't have a problem if LA Knight wins. He's had a pretty good reign. And
Yeah. I would have no problem with it. I mean, I want either my boy LA Knight to win and retain, or my boy Shinsuke Nakamura to get it. It could have been a minute since Shinsuke Nakamura held the belt.
yeah, or even held gold period.
Exactly.
Now, honestly, my only issue with LA Knight losing is the fact that they gave him a custom strap. So, and like, I feel it wouldn't be fair to him. So to have gotten a custom strap, only to lose it, in a short time. But
Right.
it is what it is.
I got you perfectly, man.
Moving on to the final non-War Games match, we have Gunther defending the world title against Damian Priest.
Oh yeah.
Now, honestly, I don't think Damian's going to win this match.
You and me both.
The biggest reason why I feel he's not gonna is because of how Gunther's been booked. Where they're making it look like Damian Priest has the upper hand and that he's in Gunther's head and he's throwing him off his game. And
Right.
one could wonder, how is that working against Damian Priest? And here's why. Because by him doing this, Gunther is now in a place that he's never been before, where he does not have a psychological advantage, where he can't play mind games, where he no longer has the aura of looking unstoppable. But
Right.
with that in mind, aside from his title, he'll have nothing to lose. And I've always been told the most dangerous person to fight is someone that has nothing to lose. And the thing is, what this is gonna cause in Gunther is it's gonna make him the most dangerous, the most lethal version of himself.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, freaking Damian Priest can bring everything to the table just as much as Gunther can. But everything that he is doing to throw Gunther off, it's gonna keep building. And then once it's time for War Games, he's gonna be 10 times more unstoppable than he was before.
Most stuff.
And then that.
It's gonna be
Go ahead.
it's gonna be another great match between both of them. I think Gunther's gonna win again.
Now, moving on, we have the Women's War Games match. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and now Bayley versus Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. I'll be honest. When they made this, forced this build up, because this was really, because at first this was really forced than anything else. I didn't like it at all because you had so many people that were beefing with each other and just in an instant becoming cool and put into the team for War Games, and for me it just did not make sense. It didn't look natural, you know.
No, I understand perfectly. I get exactly what you're saying.
But after what I've seen on Raw, you know, and also what happened on this past SmackDown, I think they have now made this Women's War Games a little more interesting and worth watching. And the biggest reason is because of, number one, what happened to who was initially supposed to be in the match, Jade Cargill. Did you see SmackDown there, Humble Man?
Yes, I did, my man.
Now, if you guys did not see SmackDown, allow us to get you up to speed. Bianca Belair was in a triple threat match for the women's U.S. title tournament against Chelsea Green and Blair Davenport. And during the match, something appeared on screen of Jade Cargill knocked out, being put through the windshield of a car, and honestly looked like both of her eyes were cut.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, this in turn caused Bianca to bail on her match to check on Jade. And, you know, everybody's one, and funny enough, and coincidentally enough, this was actually a cover-up because Jade is actually legitimately injured.
Right.
Because apparently she's suffering from, I think, a knee injury. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Either way, if it's a serious injury, then Bianca might have to drop the titles. And if not, then she'll have to find another partner.
That's right.
Now, with that being said, you know, on Raw, Bayley was now made to be the final member, even though she helped Bianca win the advantage match, you know. Initially, you know, Bianca didn't want her anywhere near the team because she still didn't trust her.
Right, exactly.
But with that in mind, the $1 million question, you know, is who attacked Jade?
Exactly.
And for me, I honestly feel that it was Naomi.
I feel the same way too.
And if you guys are wondering why I think that, here's why. Several reasons. First off, if you guys remember when Jade first came to WWE, all three of them were paired together as a trio.
Correct.
But Naomi was treated as the third wheel, or the odd woman out, if you will.
Right.
So being a third wheel, you know, could make anybody feel slighted.
That's right.
Then on top of that, Naomi's past failures of trying to capture the woman's title, also the frustration of that also has led to her resentment, even though that has nothing to do with Jade and Bianca, but it's just her frustration.
Right.
And then, in my opinion, the final nail in the coffin was what happened on NXT one week, if you remember, where Bianca and Jade were in a six-woman tag match. Were in a six-woman tag match, and Humble Man, who was their third partner?
The third partner was the third partner on SmackDown?
Nope, it was on NXT.
Oh, NXT.
Who was their third partner?
Oh, Jade?
No. Who was Bianca and Jade's third partner?
Jade and Bianca third partner.
Yeah.
Naomi.
No, on NXT. Pay attention, man.
I know, on NXT. I'm trying to remember. Who was the third partner again? I probably didn't even see that episode.
Kalani Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Now, and for me, that was the nail in the coffin. Because the trio was again Bianca, Jade, and Naomi, but for her to get pieced out for Kalani, for me that was the last straw for her, and that caused her to lash out and take out Jade.
Alright, so a lot of theories there. Oh yeah, that too.
And then, and now what I think for me, what's going to happen now that Bayley's on the team for War Games is that during the match they're going to pull a Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox and have Naomi attack Bayley. Where?
Oh yeah, more than likely.
Where before, well, when it gets down to it, they're going to be the last two left for Bianca's team that still needs to be put into the match. Then Naomi's going to be next, but before she goes into the cage, she instead attacks Bayley and leaves the match.
I think it's possible.
And then next thing you know, Nia's team is going to have the advantage, and there's a good chance they'll win.
Right. Most definitely.
And with that in mind, that brings up the men's War Games match where we have.
Before that, hold on. I think. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
I just want to say. Who I think is going to win the women's War Games match? I think it's going to be Team Rhea.
Well, what makes you feel that?
I think because going to get the revenge on Liv and others, and since they're. Well, I mean, the heel could win too, but I mean, I think that Team Rhea is going to win.
But again, they might have a person disadvantage because of what I said.
All right, because dysfunctional and stuff and all who attack Jade.
Yeah. Not to mention they were arguing backstage too.
Tonight, right?
Yeah.
I did see that. So yeah.
Whereas Nia's team were all on the same page.
Yeah, exactly. So honestly speaking, I say it's a 50-50. I think either Team Rhea's going to win or Team Liv's going to win. Kind of tough, really.
Yeah. And then actually, honestly, also part of me thinks that if Team Nia wins, I think that no, better yet, I say win or lose, Tiffany might cash in on either Liv or Nia.
Right. I think she's more going to do it to Nia.
Because the way I see it, if they lose, then I say that Tiffany is gonna look and see Well, she's gonna try and recover as quick as she can, and then
Right.
see who's hurt the most, and then cash in on them. Or if they win, what'll happen is that they'll all hold their hands up in victory, but then Naya and Tiffany will look at each other and then attack Raquel and Liv. Then and then Tiffany will cash in, win, and there it is.
Right, exactly. But I think that's a huge possibility.
Or also, or Liv and Raquel will attack Naya and tell Tiffany to cash in.
Right. That could happen.
Yeah. Anyways, back. Moving on to the men's War Games match, we have the OG Bloodline, consisting of Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and now CM Punk against the current Bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, the GOAT, and Bronson Reed.
Right.
I'll admit, as far as what this team consists of on both sides, I got no problem with it, but I'm disappointed.
Oh, why are you disappointed?
Because as far as the last people being in the match, I didn't want it to be Bronson Reed and CM Punk. I wanted it to be a full Bloodline thing. That's why when I heard that Lantana Hawaii and Hikuleo got signed, that had me thinking they were both going to be in the match.
Exactly.
And then we heard that WWE filed a trademark for the name Talatonga. That had me thinking that they're going to do this.
Right.
But instead to have this, I'm disappointed.
Right.
But I will say my disappointment subsided a little for two reasons. Number one, I don't know if you knew this, but Bronson Reed is actually Samoan.
Never knew that.
Yeah, turns out he is Samoan. He's not a part of the Anoa'i family, but he is Samoan.
Wow. Never knew that.
But with that being
said, this part, I'm sorry to stop you.
No, go ahead.
I mean, I knew he wasn't part of that, but it's like I actually didn't even know that he was Samoan.
Yeah. But given now it's even fitting because he already did look like them, but now to know that he's Samoan, it makes it that much better.
Right.
And then with CM Punk, I'll say I got no problem with him being on the team just because I'm glad it's not Seth Rollins. And that's nothing against Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins should not be in this match because he said that he would never team with Roman again.
Right.
And the last thing I want to happen is for a face superstar to say something like that and then immediately go back on their word. That shit always annoys me.
I understand you.
But considering that it's CM Punk, I know that Seth Rollins has to be pissed.
Oh yeah.
Because the final two members of both teams are two people that he despises.
Nah, exactly.
Now, with that being said, I loved the return of Paul Heyman.
Oh yeah.
And with that being said, just like with the women, there might be a turn happening.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah.
Now hear me out. A lot of people say that it's going to be Paul Heyman turning on Roman to be with the current bloodline. And me, I don't see that happening at all. Don't get me wrong, I understand the signs because first off, the suit that Paul was wearing matched the suit that Solo was wearing.
That's correct.
And then also, he had his hands in the same prayer signal that Jacob Fatu does. But here's something people seem to forget, is that Paul was doing that before Jacob Fatu even came to WWE. Like, he was doing that back when the original Bloodline was going. Because if you remember from Roman's entrance, he would hand Roman the title, then do the prayer.
Exactly.
People seem to forget that. But here's what the turn is going to be. The turn that's going to happen is that during the match, CM Punk is going to put Roman to sleep, and then upon doing that, then Roman will get hit with the Samoan spike, and then the current bloodline will win. And the reason why I say this is because Paul is going to feel that Roman abandoned him after WrestleMania.
Right.
And if you remember, while Roman was away, one of the few people that tried to protect him was CM Punk.
Right. That's right.
And sure, yes, one could argue at what happened after the show when Roman tried to call Paul and the number was disconnected. But anyone who tries to use that as an excuse, again, you guys seem to forget that a week or two after the like a week or two after the after WrestleMania, Solo stomped on Paul's phone.
Exactly.
So that phone, that number that Roman had, is no good.
That's right.
So, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, yeah, that's not correct. I texted some of my coworkers. They was like, well, Paul could have gotten a new phone by now. But I mean, yeah, I remember Solo stepped on that. I was reminding some of my coworkers this.
And they do have a point that Paul could have got a new phone. But at the same time, just because he gets a new phone doesn't mean that he's gonna have the same number. And then on top of that, people also forget that the weeks afterwards, Paul never used another phone.
Right. Exactly.
And I guarantee that even if he tried, Solo would stop him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, with that being said, while Roman was away and Paul was being tortured, he felt abandoned.
That's right.
But along with that, if this does happen, then that means not only will Paul turn heel, Punk will turn heel as well.
That's correct.
And I'd like to see how this would continue on after War Games, considering the fact that Punk's a Raw superstar, and everybody else in this match is on, minus Bronson Reed, is on SmackDown.
Right, well, Bronson Reed is on Raw too, remember?
I know, that's what I said. I said except for Bronson Reed.
Okay. Alright. He says Punk's a Raw superstar, so
yeah.
Bronson's along with them on Raw.
That's why I said everybody except for Bronson Reed is on SmackDown.
Got you. And another thing is too, why they did it like that was to build up more towards Seth Rollins and CM Punk's feud.
Yep, that too. That's why I said CM Punk. That's why I said Seth Rollins has to be pissed.
Yeah, he did say that. He did say that. He did say that. So if they do turn Punk heel, if this does happen, because he did make a valid point, because somebody's probably going to do a turn, right? You know, so that means Rollins is going to be the face, and Punk's going to be the heel. So that's going to be crazy in that way. Like, my God.
Yep.
But honestly, who I think is going to win the match, I did say that. I think the OG Bloodline's going to win. But now it could go that way, what you just said. So now it's like, I don't even know who in the world's going to win. Kyle was like, maybe this time the OG Bloodline going to win. They're going to get that win because they lost that crown jewel. But now that Punk's in the mix or what have you, Paul Heyman's back, and then, you know, with everything, all of what was mentioned earlier, now I don't know what in the hell's going to happen, honestly speaking. I didn't even put those into thought, like you just said.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, if the current Bloodline wins again, then all the momentum will be on the side of the Bloodline, and then the OG Bloodline is going to be in shambles.
Exactly. So the OG Bloodline got to get the win this time.
But again, if they don't, and what happens, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. And overall, you know, this is definitely going to be a very interesting card.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm definitely looking forward to this. And for those of y'all who remember, it's going to have a special start time of actually 6 o'clock rather than 7. So y'all remember that. I know I got to remember it. But, you know, with that being said, that's going to do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boys. I definitely want to thank the Humble Man for coming through, kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Yes. You already know my man calls Payton. You already know.
Yep. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, for Way of Struggle Vision Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man. And if you see us coming, run.